Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Disturbing allegations tonight in Monroe County. A high school wrestling program is now under investigation for claims of hazing and assault. And now Dundee High School is putting all wrestling activities on hold during that investigation. That's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. The district has started a Title IX investigation after it learned some of the alleged hazing may have been videotaped. Erica Erickson spent the day in Dundee talking to a parent who says this investigation is long overdue.
State wrestling champs 8 years in a row here in Dundee, but hazing and bullying accusations, according to one parent, going on for much longer.
That sort of stuff's been going on there for years.
When you say years?
The whole
9 years. Neil Stevenson, on behalf of his son and other kids, says it's about time. A Title IX investigation launched after an anonymous complaint alleges hazing, bullying, and assaults within the team.
over time, it just got more and more extreme, and you start to eventually realize, as more and more extreme things happen, that it was like a cult.
Stevenson says his son was harassed, bullied, and assaulted for years, at one point nearly leading him to suicide.
It's one of my biggest failures as a parent that I didn't get him out of there sooner.
One incident during his time at the middle school, Stevenson says another wrestler who had previously assaulted his child hit him in the face with a chair.
My son was found unconscious in a hallway with a broken nose that required reconstructive surgery to fix. And the kid who did it was sent back out on the mat like he hadn't done anything wrong. And in order to get anything done about it, I had to call the police.
The school superintendent says following the recent complaint, officials immediately began interviewing team members, coaches, and parents, then discovering videotaped evidence depicting additional assaults.
If what I'm hearing is true about what's in those videos, it's worse than anything that ever happened to my son. It needs to eventually stop. There needs to finally be a point at which we go, this is over now, we are not going to allow this anymore.
Meanwhile, the district not commenting any further right now, but asking others to come forward anonymously if you wish, using the OK to Say program. We have details at clickondetroit.com. In Dundee, Erica Erickson, Local 4.
Hey, Erica, thank you. And the Title IX investigation is being led by Truce Law Firm. Local law enforcement is also conducting its own parallel investigation. Mr. Stevenson's claims have not independently been verified. New at 5. A 16-year-old girl is charged in a stabbing at Campus Martius in Detroit.
And officers found a 15-year-old boy stabbed in the stomach around 6:30. This was Sunday afternoon. Investigators say there was a fight and the girl pulled out a pocket knife and stabbed the victim. She's been charged with felonious assault. Brown alerts. That's what a group of state representatives wants to mandate across the state of Michigan.
The notification would let the public know when nearby water is contaminated with dangerous levels of E. coli and raw sewage. Lauren Kostick is live near Lake St. Clair tonight with how this bill came about. Lauren.
Well, these notifications would come straight to your phone, just like an Amber Alert or severe weather. But like you said, these would be called Brown alerts, something this group of lawmakers say won't necessarily fix the problem, but is hopefully a step in the right direction.
It's frightening because it looks beautiful, but you don't know what's lurking underneath that water.
Those living in Harrison Township are no stranger to dirty water.
The other day when we had a big water, you could see chunks of, I'm going to call it things, floating down the river that appeared to be untreated sewage.
But now a proposed bill looks to alert people when raw sewage contaminates waterways. Explain to me how it would work. Is it like an Amber Alert?
Yeah, just like an Amber Alert or a Silver Alert. This would be called the Brown Alert.
State Representatives Alicia St. Germain and Ron Robinson introduced the bill, saying county officials would be required to notify emergency managers if water reaches dangerous levels.
People should be notified in real time.
Yep.
And in a lot of cases, it's not reported for weeks, sometimes months afterwards. And by then, I mean, what are you going to do about it?
It comes during a dispute between Macomb and Oakland counties regarding raw sewage being dumped into the Red Run drain. Just today, state legislators touring the Oakland County facility.
I don't care about pointing fingers. We want to put a stop to this.
As officials work on a solution, residents agree something needs to change.
Really makes the alarm bells go off in your head, and you're going to say, I'm not going near that water if there's a Brown Alert.
Others, not yet sold.
I don't think you need it. Just don't touch the water.
Also, those county officials would be required to notify emergency managers within 12 hours of the dangerous level being detected. As for this bill, it has since been referred to committee. Reporting live tonight, Lauren Kostick, local.
Thank you for the explanation. Lauren, thanks.
A judge has ruled that the case against the Edenville dam failure will not be going to trial right now, but the lawsuit can be refiled. The dam collapsed in 2020 after heavy rain, evacuating more than 11,000 people. Video here shows the extent of the damage, quite a bit as you can see, with 2,500 structures damaged. Prosecutors say the state knew the dam was unsafe, but kept filling it up anyway. Coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, we'll cover what we know about the separate lawsuit against the dam's owner.
A live look at the White House tonight as the U.S. and China both lowering tariffs while negotiations continue. The truce leading to a rebound on the stock market, with the Dow jumping more than 1,100 points and the S&P 500 rising 3%. Meanwhile, President Trump heads off on his first official foreign visit after negotiating the release of the last remaining American hostage held by Hamas. NBC's Yamiche Alcindor has details from Washington.
Over the last few days,
a total reset. That's how President Trump describes the latest trade deal between the U.S. and China.
They were very happy to be able to do something with us, and the relationship is very, very good.
Both countries agreeing to pause most tariffs and other trade barriers for 90 days as they continue to negotiate. The U.S. reducing its 145% tariff on China to 30%. China cutting its 125% tariff to 10%.
I think it's going to be fantastic for China. I think it's going to be fantastic for us.
The pause now giving officials from the world's two biggest economies time to come up with a permanent deal.
In the next few weeks, we will be meeting again to get rolling on a more fulsome agreement.
The stock market soaring after the news. And today, after 19 months in captivity in Gaza, Edan Alexander was released by Hamas. Alexander, who is 21 years old and a U.S. citizen, was taken in October 2023 after Hamas attacked Israel. His New Jersey hometown ready to welcome him home.
His mom and dad and his family, who never gave up hope for 1 minute.
The U.S. negotiated Alexander's release without Israel, though Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says President Trump told him he is committed to working with Israel. The release coming as President Trump left to visit 3 Middle East countries in his first major foreign trip of his second term. Meanwhile, Alexander was one of approximately 200 hostages taken by Hamas and was believed to be the last living American hostage in captivity. Before leaving for his trip, President Trump said the release was a good first step in getting all living hostages and the remains of those killed returned to their families. Yamiche Alcindor, NBC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, this making big news today. President Trump is this morning signed an executive order the White House says will lower the price Americans pay for prescription drugs. The order directs the Department of Health and Human Services to find price-cutting goals in 30 days and then start negotiations between the administration and drug makers. This measure is expected to face significant legal challenges, though, so stay tuned.
All right, now we go to a check on the weather, and here's a live look at the Detroit riverfront tonight on what's been a very sunny Monday across Metro Detroit. We had a beautiful weekend. It's obviously been great while it lasted.
Forewarned meteorologist Ron Hilliard in for Kim Adams tonight. Ron, you're tracking a little bit of rain moving into the area.
That's right. Kimberly and Ty, a few showers will pop up later on tonight, but in the meantime, we have pleasant conditions. You can go out and enjoy it for an afternoon and later on an early evening walk. Here's a look into Ann Arbor, where we're seeing the temperatures right now in the upper 70s, 78 degrees, 77 in Detroit, Lapeer, 79 Monroe, a few degrees cooler with 72, but it is still very nice out there. After all that sunshine earlier, we do have clouds building, increasing as the rain showers move closer to us here in Metro Detroit. So when will they arrive? Well, it's going to be later on tonight, mainly after 9 o'clock. They cross over from Ohio into Michigan, and then we start to see some of those showers getting into Metro Detroit right about 10 o'clock. So we're going to be enjoying the 70s tonight. Coming up in the forecast, I'm going to talk about these rain shower chances that are continuing for the next several days, and also the warm temperatures that are going to be staying with us. Ty and Kimberly.
Thank you, Ron. We are just getting started on this Monday.
Let's check in with Hank.